Carbonated water never strikes wrong. Well, what's up, interweb? I'm basically just gonna be like this video is gonna be a bit of a joke, you know. Um, if you like, I should probably introduce myself. My name is, well, if I were to introduce myself in English, my name is Francis, or Swedish Frasse. I'm a Swedish autistic teenager at the age of 17, turning 17 this September, and you know, I'm a guitarist and I do some world building, like kind of like Tolkien, if you know who that is. If you don't know who J.R. Tolkien is, it's the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. But yeah, I have some plans for this channel. Excuse me. Well, yeah, I have a few plans like that. I'm gonna put out some guitar content and like maybe a bit of like world building and stuff like that, where I teach you some of my chord lines. That's gonna be the main plan here. But this first video will just be me talking about my life, talking about my background and how I was planning on, like how my life has led to where I am right now. I have okay, let's begin, I suppose. Well, so like if you were to look up my like I had a channel previously, like back in the day when I was like 14 years old. And you have, if you were to look up the phrase Tolkien's unknown grandchild, you probably get that thing up there. Like you probably just get like a random video of me talking to the camera with like the weird thing is that my camera was tilted sideways. Like it would be like if my head was sticking out this way. It was tilted sideways because I was just recording it on my phone, and it was like 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, and I was just trying to keep myself entertained, just like now, basically. But yeah, like this video, that video, like back then, I've changed my name since then. On like my not that channel is currently called Tolkien's Unknown Grandchild, and I don't really upload to that one. But I was planning on calling it the Noodle Talk first of all. Like I was planning on calling it the Noodle Talk, where I would sit there eating noodles in any of its forms, whether that would just be raw with salt, which I was doing then, and then talking smack. I was talking about some pretty inappropriate acts. I was talking about pornography and some really vile things. On top of that, I was nabbing stuff from my dad's bar cabinet, like Jägermeister, and I was even drinking his homebrewing cooking wine. It was like a massive tank of cooking wine in the background here that I was just drinking just to get drunk. So yeah, I was pretty intoxicated when I was doing that, and it was just pretty fucked up, really. But like the reason is, like I've never really had my life has been very unstable. I've had a very unstable relationship with my parents. My mom was a drug addict and an alcoholic. I said, thankfully, don't have any contact with her now. But like my dad, my mom has basically taught me to be afraid of my dad. So I've had major trust issues with him, and he's been prone to rage issues because of the fact that I was being so problematic. Nowadays, I don't live with them anymore. I still have contact with my dad and my two sisters, younger sisters. But like I currently live in, like I usually live south of Kalmar in a small, like a pissant little village called Torsås. And now I moved to a place called Öland to training accommodation there. Like I basically have my own apartment. Like it's like a sort of apartment complex for teenagers with autism. Basically, there are even some like where you can get help. You get trained. You get some training to live a normal life, so to speak. Yeah, that's basically my entire premise. I'm sitting there in my apartment right now, and yeah, this place Öland is basically just a very. If you were to look at a globe of the world, Öland would basically be like a small little fly shit of an island next to the coast of like off the coast of Sweden. But yeah, I live there right now. It's a lot bigger than it might think, but like yeah, it's pretty weird. But yeah, that's where I'm living right now, in my own apartment. I'm living a decent life. One of my biggest problems right now is that I have had problems with alcohol myself, as is very clear in that video with the noodle talk or talking to my grandchild and a weird other channel that I had that I was just recording on my phone. I was sitting there basically whispering to myself, and I was just. It's not that different now either, really. Like I'm just a lonely dude talking to a camera right now, not really bothering to hang out with anyone else because no one wants to hang out with me right now. But yeah, they're probably eating dinner right now. Actually, I mean, we had dinner at 7:30, and it's 7:57. Yes, it's 17:30. Sorry, like 5:30. She's 17:54 right now, and yeah, so they're probably eating dinner, and I'm sitting here recording a YouTube video. Like I was over. Like I've been hanging out with one of the staff members here at the accommodation, Jenny. She's a bit strange in a way, a bit special. She's very opportunistic and overly positive, and for some reason she keeps forgetting things. Like anyway, Jenny and I went over to Frans-Oskar, which is the closest town next to where I live. I basically live in the middle of a pumpkin farm, but yeah, like the accommodation where we live is located right in the middle of a pumpkin farm. Basically, it's like there's a nearby farmer that we call the Pumpkin King, or Pumpakungen in Swedish, who owns the land on which this place is built. Anyway, so like Firestone is the closest place, like the closest real town that's located here. It's a bit of a tourist attraction. But basically, what we do, me and Jenny went down to Firestone, and I bought some French fries off my local like hot dog stand or whatever. They have there's like a small restaurant and ice cream shop called Hasses, which is it's like what I said. It's more like an ice cream shop and a restaurant. They sell a bit of food. I had some French fries there, so I'm not gonna eat dinner. But yeah, that's basically the premise of today. I haven't done that much else. I woke up at like 3 p.m. and it's been a bit tough with that. I have summer break right now. Summer is drawing to an end, and I'm struggling to flip my circadian rhythm, my sleeping schedule back around. But yeah, I've had a decent time. Like currently, I've had a little bit of incidents. Like I've had a very big problem in my life. Like the 2 months before I moved here, I discovered that if you dilute hand sanitizer, you can basically drink it to get drunk, which is terrible. I will say it to anyone who plans on doing that sort of thing. You can die from it. Like it is seriously toxic. Like it will burn your kidneys into a crisp. That's just a good. By the way, just to make it clear, this is just water. I promise, it is just water. I'm being serious with that. I'm gonna pop in. I don't know what you think, but I should probably take some nicotine-free or like tobacco-free stuff like that, because I have some Nox. It says Nox. I know it looks like Russian right now, but if I turn it upside down, you can tell. But yeah, like that's basically the premise. The only thing I'm allowed to use right now is like nicotine pouches, snus, or snuff, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Really, the only YouTuber I really know who actually uses this stuff is Simon the Magpie. He's a very small minority YouTuber. Some people might know him as the guy who invented the feedback organ, like when he took a voice box and hooked it up to a melodica and just started playing feedback with it. It sounded like something pulled straight from a horror movie. Anyway, yeah, like he uses this stuff, and I'm probably the only one other than that who actually uses it, aside from a few Swedish YouTubers. But yeah, I'm I use this stuff. This, by the way, is Lift eucalyptus, I used to do Vol Cool Crisp, but they've stopped producing that stuff actually. So currently, I don't really have anything. I don't really have any good use of it. I don't know. Yeah, pretty slim too. But like yeah, they've stopped producing the brand that I usually used, and so I had to make some new purchases. I almost look like an idiot because I'm doing it so much, but yeah, this stuff is pretty good. It's not good for you, but like you know what I usually say, this stuff. If you look at the inside of that, that's like actual tobacco. It's loose tobacco or snus, loose snus. But yeah, like that's the stuff that you bake. That's the kind of stuff that like I think the Big Steve from England, who's another YouTuber, like a British YouTuber, tried this stuff at one point and he was about to vomit because the first time that he did it, you just grabbed the pinch and just shoved it up there. But like you're supposed to bake it, like you're supposed to smash it together into like a tiny little pellet and then shove it up into your gob, basically, like under your lip. But yeah, it's I usually say that that stuff is worse for your teeth, and the stuff that I'm using, the white stuff, is basically just bad for your. It's bad for you, worse for your gums. Really, it's bad for your gums because my right front tooth looks longer than the other right now because I'm using it. I've always been ever since I started doing the stuff. I've been using it like I put it on the right side right here. It looks like the left to you, but yeah, that's basically it. But like, yeah, that's one plan that I have. Okay, so like I've noticed that a lot of the content that I just put out in the previous recordings here, I've been recording like this is my third recording in this video, the third snippet, and I've noticed that I've been doing like the Knox shell, for instance, like this thing. It only looks reversed on my side of the camera, like when I'm recording here, and I realized that it looked pretty. It must be looking pretty funny to you because it was turned the right way to you when I held it up the first time, and then when I turned it upside down, it looked right to me, but not to you. Yeah, it was weird. Another thing, I should probably correct myself a bit. Like I only use the other stuff, like the tobacco free, like the slim white snus, because like my dad has actually started buying me this stuff. Like I pay him and he purchases this stuff via a website called minprilla.se, which is like a or minprilla.se. Yeah, it's a Swedish like website that sells snus. It's pretty cheap, a lot cheaper than snusbolaget, for instance, which is another one. There are plenty of websites that actually do this stuff. Damn, stomach is itching. I had a tick there earlier. I'm getting worried that I'm catching Borrelia. Anyway, like basically, he buys me this stuff. Like I pay him to buy me this stuff because I shouldn't drink hand sanitizer. That's why I mentioned earlier that I've been diluting and drinking hand sanitizer, which is terrible. Do not fucking do that because it's a stupid thing to do. Like I don't even think the worst drug addicts do that shit. Anyway, I don't even think my mom would do that sort of thing. But yeah, like what was I thinking about? Well, yeah, like so. Basically, I'm only using this stuff because I'm not allowed to. So I won't drink. I do smoke sometimes. Technically I'm not allowed to do that either. But like I do it anyway when it doesn't work. But yeah, that's my entire history behind tobacco, I guess. This is so weird. But like, yeah, I'm probably gonna conclude the video soon because I have some stuff I have to do. But like, you know, now that I've told you a bit about my life, I hope that I will be able to do some other content in the future, like just play some guitar or like some stuff like that. Hopefully, I'll be able to get you to hear the sound with my crappy microphone and my crappy camera. But like, yeah, that's gonna be the plan for my channel. I'm probably gonna teach you some world building and stuff like that as well. I teach you a bit of. I'm by no means an expert, But like I do, however, create some of my own stuff, like some of my own conlangs, constructed languages. That's what it means, and stuff like that. So I hope that if anyone were to see this video and think that this is just some random neckbeard looking person talking to a camera in a lonely apartment, that's not going to be the entire premise. It's not going to be the entire premise of this channel. You know, I'm going to be doing some other stuff as well, like some guitar stuff. I have my guitars over there. I don't know if you can see, but like I have some. I have 3 guitars right there. That one closest to me is where. That's the one that I'm using right now. But like, yeah, I have some steel guitars and some slide and stuff like that. That's basically what I'm going to be doing for the rest of this channel. Hopefully, it won't blow up too much because I can't be doing videos all that often. But yeah, that's going to be the plan. Well, I hope that this will be a good start of this channel, I guess. I've probably been repeating myself quite a bit now since I don't have a script, but yeah. I'm going to be doing some more content pretty soon, but yeah, well, till then, see you soon, interweb, and have a nice day.